Hey everybody, I'm Chris Collector. How you guys doing today? Y'all doing good? So, today it's inventory week. It's inventory week still. It's still inventory week. That's right. It's still gonna be the week of inventory. And so what we'll be making today is some little fabric bowls so that I have other stuff besides just rugs, which, speaking of, here's 4 rugs I just made. So I decided I was gonna make a few rugs that were just like, you know, wild stuff. Just grabbing thread that I had, a yarn that I had, what do you want to call it, and just going for it, right? Took my 10-inch circle and then just went ahead and made stuff, whatever I wanted to make. And so some of them I really love, some of them are like, I wish I could have done better, but they're all glued up now, and so they either are gonna work or they're not, right? It's all good though. You know, I just want to have some more inventory for my upcoming show. The show is on March 25th in Mesa, Arizona. I will have my first ever market. So I am excited about it. Also, you know, I had to celebrate. So obviously, you know, I had to do my booth right. And so, you know, I had to get the hair, all that hair. Also, you can see it's a little bit shorter than it was, huh? I figure I'm gonna be outdoors from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. I believe is what it is. So it's a while. They estimate, you know, roughly 2,000 plus people walk by that booth, and like my booth, you know, is gonna be walking by, so that's pretty good. Hopefully I can get a few sales. If only, you know, 1 out of every 100 sales, that's still 25 sales, right? I mean, I'm doing good. So yeah, I'm really happy about it. And so that's why I wanted to make sure I had plenty of little inventory. I have already started making stuff. And so we're gonna go ahead and switch over to this camera. And so I'm gonna do this setup for today, and we'll see how it works for everyone. But this way you have a face camera. You have, if you look below me, you're gonna have, there you go, this guy. You're gonna have that. You have this guy, who is, you know, nice and kind of low for you guys. So you'll be able to see my hands and all the fabulous stuff. See, here's some that I've already prepared, because I've been doing this all day. So, I mean, this is what I've been doing. Actually, I did go grocery shopping too, to be honest. But, you know, it's like, I've been doing this. What you do is you start with just a square, which is, this is just a 9x9 square. Nothing too fancy. A little 9x9 square. Then you got something on the back. This is called Wrap and Tap. And what this stuff is microwavable fabric. It's 100% cotton batting. I'm then going to fold it up and put some lines on it. So you can see like little lines there. And then do that twice, and you end up with a bolt. Okay, nice little bolt. Isn't that pretty? And so then you put 2 of those together, sew them together, and you get this guy. Technically, this is actually one right here. And see, you have that little opening there, and so you end up ironing it and then sewing it so that it looks just like this guy. All right, isn't that cool? So that's what we're gonna do today. Not really a ton of a lesson today. That's kind of like the whole lesson. Okay, hold on, I'll go turn it down. 1 second, I'll be right back. Yeah, my bad. I just turned it up right beforehand because it was a little low, and then I decided that I was like, all right. Cool. So that should have done it. Because I gotta go upstairs to do that kind of stuff. That's all on OBS, and that's all on a different computer upstairs. So, hopefully that should be better. If not, I'll fix it later. But yeah, so as I was saying, what we're gonna do is, it's inventory week. So, you know, we're just gonna be making some inventory. Not much of a lesson or anything like that for today. Awesome, yeah, no problem, Debbie D. No problem. But yeah, so we have that. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch on over this one. And then what we're going to do, actually, you know what? 1 second. Let me switch back to my overhead. So I have a few that are like half done. And so we're gonna go ahead and finish the X on all these ones because they only have 1/2 of the X. They don't have 2 halves. So we'll finish all those. As I said, I've just been doing it all day. All right, so I have some that are just like half done and all kinds of stages of done. I have a ton more that are cut out. You know, all that's all the Yoda one. Well, not Yoda, Baby Grogu, you know. And then I have a bunch of, you know, blanks of this already cut out as well. So we'll do some of that as well. But for now, let's go ahead and switch over. We're going to fix or finish all of these and get them into like this state. And then, you know, I'll catch this one up with the others and get that done too. So yeah, and then we'll get them into this state. And then that's actually all we're going to be able to do with them today, because to get them into this state, we have to be able to surge it. And while I do have 3 cameras going right now, it's still not enough cameras I need a 4th camera to go and do the surger. And so I was like, oh, well, I can either move that one or that one. So we'll see. If it doesn't take too long, maybe I'll move it over and we'll do like a surging, like, you know, the back half will be surging. But otherwise, I might just end up cutting out the rugs or something else, you know what I mean? Because it's inventory week, so I just need to get inventory done. You know what I mean? Like, realistically, I just need to get it done, right? I need to have, the goal is to have 100 or so pieces to bring. Because, you know, these are going to get sold for just a couple of bucks. Right, so it's like, and the, you know, same thing as the coasters and all this. I want at least 2 dozen of everything, and then, you know, if I can get 3 or 4 dozen done, that would be even better. Even if I save them and do them for another show, because I'm signed up for the next 3 shows. I just filled out my tax form today, because there are even some taxes you got to do. And see, these ones have, you know, see, these ones are already done. So you have a few that are done, few that are half done, right? So we're just gonna push through, get the rest of these X's done, and then we can talk some more about the darts and other things that I gotta do. Cool, cool, cool. Let me switch over to this guy. Bloop. There we go. So let's go bring these over and do that. Bloop. Hello. So these are pretty easy to do. You basically you're just doing a straight line all the way to the corner, and then you just do it again on the other corner. You know, you do want to make sure that like you're lined up, you know, all that is lined up. Other than that, get a move on, right? It's like, you know, that's the nice thing about these. They're not too difficult. They're just time consuming because you gotta sew it about, what is it, 9 times, 10 times? I think, yeah, 10 different seams on it. So it does take a minute to get them done, but realistically, you know, they're not too hard. They're all pretty much straight lines. And I do try to make sure I pull it so that, you know, if it's a little bit, if it's like that and it's not close enough, then it's like, all right, just a little tug. Because this is 100% cotton batting. It will, you know, kind of shrink a little bit on you. And then I found that if I do the top side, that it created a little dimple right there, right here in the middle. It would create a little dimple where it was like, you know, one fabric going over the other. And so nowadays I don't do it that way. I do it on this side. And I found that there's no problems then. I like to do a big back stitch on these ones. I mean, first of all, you know me, if you've seen this content enough, you know I love a big back stitch on all my work. But even for these ones especially, because you can end up like something like this, where it's like, this piece is like that, right? And so if you started and only did like that much of a back stitch, then really you would only have like 1 or 2 stitches. Where if I, you know, do 7 or 8, it doesn't matter if it's a 1/4 inch off or so, I've still got that. Because there was a few times where I ended up having to come back and re-stitch it, even though it's going to get stitched again, so it probably would have been fine. But you know me, I'm a quality guy, all right? It's like I want the highest quality that I can possibly do, while still being in my little house here. Or sometimes I don't go all the way to the edge for the back stitch because I know this fabric has a tendency to stretch, so it's like, whatever, you know? Stuff that I think about while I'm doing this all day long. Anyways, how is your guys' day going? Hopefully your week has gone well. As I said, I applied for a TPT tax today, which is transitional pay tax. It basically just means that, hey, I'm selling a product and that they want to know what that product is and that, you know, I'm collecting sales tax on that product, and then you report to them monthly or quarterly or annually, depending on how much money you make. And then I contacted, there was this organization called RAIL, and it stands for something, and I forget what it stands for, but it stands for something like RAIL, and it stands for something or other. And, you know, so they're helping me. I'm gonna get an appointment with them soon. And so that will be fun. Okay, so we have this. Now let's go back over to the overhead. And so now we have all these beautiful X's, and, you know, all of them are in rainbow. Again, it's the signature of the brand, is that everything will be done in rainbow. And I got some really cute ones here. You know, we got this like nice checkered board. We got, of course, Pokemons. Right? And then, of course, Grogu, right? The kind of the three most famous ones, right? A pattern, Star Wars, and Pokemon, right? The three pinnacles. And this one's just like an LGBT one. Because I liked it because it did all the colors. And so, see, this one is like half Pokemon, half that, right? Half LGBT. So, you know, you could have it kind of displaying your Pride colors, or you could have it displaying kind of like your Pokemon there. Whatever you want. But see, this has been serged, and so that's what I was talking about. Like the inside, the last step, I serged that. Because it just gives it more rigidity. You know, I mean, you don't have to serge it. I could definitely do it without serging. But I made the decision earlier. I was like, I really want to serge this stuff. Honestly, I thought about serging all of it. But I've decided ultimately it's like, you know, I needed to have something to do today for you guys, right? Oh, actually, it's easier the other way. So what we do now is there's right there. So I'm taking my little handy dandy ruler. This is, you know, a really nice ruler. I love it because it's really big letters. And what's cool about this one, it starts with 0 here in the middle and goes to 7 on each side, or it goes to 14 on this side. So 1 through 14 on there, 0 or 7 through 0 through 7 again, right? So it's like, that makes it so nice for something like this. And I love that it has a line through the middle that's perfectly 1 inch. This is the perfect 2-inch ruler. So it's 2 inch by 1 inch. Each one of these squares is perfectly 1 inch, all right? So if I need 2 inches over and 1 inch is down, that's all I got to do. And I can do that, you know, see how fast, boom, 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 I'm already done on to the next one, right? And it's like great for if you don't have perfect vision, or, you know, you just want to be able to whip them out real fast. It's like, it will do that for you. Because it's really like, you know, so easy. Everything's the same on both sides. I could flip the ruler over, do it like that, and it wouldn't matter at all. Because each one of these, that's still 2 inches, right? 1 inch, 2 inch. And that's what I do, is 2 inches over 1 inch. Some people are 1 in 1, some people are 3 in 1, some people are 2 in 1. Like, you know, there is no golden rule of these things. I like, because my bowls work better at 2 in 1. So that's what we do it as. But, you know, check the bowls in your house if you want to make one of these for yourself. And so we're just going to run through this little pile here Get them all ready and going. We got to do this twice. So we'll do these 2 darts. And if you notice, I'm only doing 2 points. And the reason for that is I could do this on every single one if I really wanted to, right? Like draw a line. But, you know, I have a degree in this. This is not my first day doing this, right? So it's like, you know what I mean? I could do a straight line without thinking about it. So I don't have to worry. But hey, if you are at a lower ability level and you're like, I need every single line and dot and stuff, cool. Go for it. This thing will do it too. You know what I mean? Because you can still go like that afterwards and do it if you needed. And also do try to get this enlist to line up. But if you end up being an 1/8 of an inch or 1/4 inch off, you know, not the end of the world. But I do try to keep my quality as high as possible. Because if you're going to pay for something, and especially nowadays when you have to make the choice of buying a cheap product on Amazon that you can just throw away when you're done, or buying something that was, you know, made with love and care, it's like, I can understand that you want that product to not be bad, right? It's like you're not only supporting me, but hopefully I'm supporting you and giving you something that can be an heirloom product, right? Something that you can give your kids later. Because, I mean, this is all cotton and everything like that. It should last for a very long time. And that's why I'm serging the edges and that kind of stuff, because it's like, I know I wanted something that lasted for, 10 years. Right? So, as I said, now we have this stack. Back we go. I also try to make sure that this is not, because sometimes it will go like that or something. And so it's like, I always kind of like do a little quick, you'll see me kind of do that. I'll be like, doop doop, like just kind of quickly get it, make sure it's under there, and there you go. Also, oh, you know what? See, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying a different camera angle today, and I was trying to find what the right camera angle is. Oh, you know what? That needs to be decked up. Let's see. You know what? How about I'll put you here. Instead. Therefore, my hand won't be in your way all the time. Back stitching at both sides, the front and the back. Also, a nail cam, same nails as last week. I have not switched my nails yet. But I'm going to, before I do the market, I'm going to leave these on for probably like the next week. Try to leave these ones on. And then, just kind of test the product out, right? See how long it's lasting for and all that kind of stuff. All right. Only thing is, you do always got to make sure I go to the side that actually has the marking. Sometimes I'll do that and I'm like, oh, where's my markings? They're like, it's on the other side. Oops. Fell out there. But yeah, hopefully your week's been really good. Sorry for not streaming yesterday. I was busy with inventory. I had been working all day to make those rugs and to make other stuff, and I was just kind of tired, and I was like, I don't really feel like playing video games right now. It's like I started at 8 a.m. and then by 3 o'clock I was like, I want to not play video games right now for the next couple hours. Like, no, I don't think I ate food until like 2 yesterday, so I was just like, I am not about to stream. You know, that's you know, part of the channel, right? We want to make sure we're health first. By the way, this technique is called chaining, where I put one next to another and I don't cut it off. I cut them all at one time. It's called chaining. That's how they do it in like a factory or anything. When you're trying to make a dozen of these, right? It's like you don't want to have to stop and make one at a time. That would be annoying. Okay, so now we got them done. Now we got to go back to the other one, flip it, and then do it again. And realistically, you know, if I was going to half-ass it, I could just be like, oh yeah, good enough, right? But it's like, I want to make sure you have a nice, perfectly round bowl. If you do one at 2 inch and the other one at 1.25 inches, then you will get a lopsided bowl. Right, so, you know, let's not do... Rail, what they do is they help small businesses basically make sure they're legal, make sure they're reporting their taxes properly, all that kind of stuff. Like, for instance, they sent me a class that they give to people about like how to pay taxes in the city. So it was like, hey, go to this website and, you know, fill out this thing, do this and this. And so I literally went step by step with the guy on like he did like a Google presentation, and he was like, yeah, there you go, just follow that and you're done, right? And then so now I've submitted the form and, you know, just waiting for the city, or technically a state, to improve it. And then technically the cities as well, because you have to pay, I'm paid $50 for the city of Phoenix and $20 for the city of Mesa to be able to do business there. They just literally like give you, like, you have to pay just an initial fee just to be able to do business in that city. And if not, I literally can't do the market. The market people were like, no, we're a legit business. Like, we don't want to get shut down by, you know, the tax revenue people. So it's like, we're hooked up with all these other small businesses and all this. And like, you have to do, you know, it's just paperwork stuff. They can also help me get a loan and that kind of stuff if I really needed to, you know, anything business related is like what they handle. They're just like a business charity type thing. So that was nice of them. I was like, okay, cool, you know, some free information on how to do stuff. And so then I'm gonna set up a meeting with them. I wanted to make sure I got approved first and like waste their time, you know. But yeah, they're gonna help me hopefully be able to make sure I'm nice and legal for my market on March 25th in Mesa, Arizona. Goes on Saturday. I think the last stream I had said 23rd, and then I meant the 25th. And this is just holding it together. You know, you don't need it necessarily, but you know, I like it. It just holds it. Especially when you have hands like mine that already have like arthritis in them and stuff like that. It's like the less I have to grab or hold anything, the better. Because boy, does my hands hurt after doing this all day long. That's why a lot of times I have my little stuff on, but they don't look very attractive on camera, so I don't like wearing them. kind of like some people that need glasses but don't wear them, right? It's like we get self-conscious about it. Yeah, but hopefully I inspire you guys to, you know, do something yourself as well. Learn from me and my numerous mistakes. And, I mean, I wish I had started doing markets a year and a half ago, honestly. Like, it was one of those things, is like the online sales have obviously been very, very slow. So it's just like, I need something to push forward, you know? All right, let's go do the other ones. Yeah, it's good info, and then plus, you know, it's not like they teach this kind of stuff in schools unless you go to like a business college. So it's like, I really don't know it, you know? Like, I had no idea what TPT stood for or what it was, and now I do. And now I have an application for it, right? So that's the best kind of charity, an effective one. You know what I mean? That's the best kind of charity there is. And they haven't asked for any money for it either, so I was like, oh, all right. Interesting. That one's not showing up all the chat. That's weird. I don't know why. Yeah, I think this angle is looking better than the other one. There we go. Also, in 2 weeks from now, and I'm thinking I might do this next week as well, for like next Tuesday and some other days that I have. But what I'm thinking about doing next week and maybe the week after that, and honestly maybe from now on, I don't know, we're kind of look into it. But what I've been thinking is of only streaming once a week for like the full live stream, like doing this tutorial type stuff and all that, doing that like every Thursday, and then every Tuesday actually just like coming out with a video that is based on the live stream. So like I would take last Thursday's live stream, spend the weekend editing it, and then on Tuesday have that uploaded so that it's like a 30-minute video on how to do all this. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's just something that I've been tossing around in my head recently, just because obviously it's a lot of work to do these live streams, and you know, they're just kind of sitting on my computer afterwards. I have over 200 videos, over 100 of them, like 150 of them are all just live streams, right? So it's just like, I have so many live streams, but not enough content, if that makes sense. You know, so it's like I've been thinking of live streaming once a week for these tutorials, and the other one would be a scripted kind of thing of just like, hey, this is it. Maybe like, you know, some voiceover instead of me talking. It's gonna be a lot of voiceover stuff of like, all right, step 1 is this, step 2 is this, right? And you know, trying to make it really an instructional video instead of like a hangout, because these are kind of like, hey, hang out with me while I, you know, it's kind of like, it's like, hey, hanging out with the teacher after school, right? It's like, I'll still teach you some stuff, but at the same time, I'm the cool teacher, and it's like, you know, we can talk about whatever, right, and have fun. And it's like, I kind of love that, but at the same time, it's like, you know, obviously I'm not getting the numbers that I need to be able to support myself. So it's like, I've been thinking of, and like, obviously the shorts, I got more views on the shorts in 1 month than I did in 6 months not having shorts, right? So it's like, clearly my doing this is just not working the way that I want, right? The numbers that I need are just not there. So, you know, it is something that, because next Tuesday, literally the internet guy comes at 3 o'clock. So there will be no Tuesday live stream for sure. at all, like 100%. Like, you know, even if I don't do that, there's no live stream on next Tuesday because I won't have internet. You know what I mean? The internet will be shut off and everything like that, and I won't have it for that at that time. So that was kind of like, I was like, God, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And I was like, oh yeah, I have 100+ live streams that I can edit down. Like, duh, Chris, like, do that. So, you know, sometimes I got to sit there and pep talk myself because I don't have anyone else around me. So sometimes it's me by myself being like, all right, Chris, here's another pep talk. Let's do it, buddy. Like, yeah. I was like, I know I have a little basket for that. Because I'm going to keep all of these and put them in so they're stuffing. Because, I mean, that's literally cotton batting. There's nothing in this world that would say that you can't just shove that into into a pillow or whatever. It would be no different. In fact, it'd probably be higher quality than most of the batting that you would have in a pillow. Because most of the batting is going to be polyfill, which is, plastic based. Whereas this is 100% cotton based. And heck, you could probably even microwave this pillow if you wanted, right? If I did only that product in there, you'd be able to microwave that pillow. But yeah, see, as you can see, it's made a perfect bowl. Right? So yeah. So I mean, yeah, that is just something that I'm thinking of. And then, you know, just telling you guys for the future. I don't want to surprise you guys and suddenly you're like, where's my live streams? But this weird video here is here, right? It's like, you know, and it would be, I would probably upload it at the same time, like have them upload at 3 o'clock. And so if you wanted to hang out with me, and I'll probably do it as Premiere too. I was thinking of doing it as a Premiere. So I'll be in the chat talking to you about the lesson, maybe some more and that kind of stuff. But, you know, while still being able to maybe live my life a little bit and be able to work still or be able to do other stuff, you know? Because I've kind of housebound myself. Like every day at 3 o'clock, I gotta be home, right? So it's like sometimes I'm like, you know, maybe I wanted to not be home today, and it's like I don't have a video that can kind of supplement that. So something that I'm just, you know, that's basically my goal for this weekend. Make some of these live streams into videos, and at least have one for Tuesday. Also, if you see a combination of these two that you like, tell me. You know what I mean? You don't even have to buy it or nothing. Just tell me, hey, I think that Pokemon will look good with this, you know, Grogu, and I love talking to you guys. Or if you've seen another fabric that I've done before and you're like, oh, you should make something out of that, I probably still have it. I will say this though, I'm in the process of using up as much fabric as possible. Like this whole market thing, because I'm doing 3 months of markets, I want to annihilate my fabric collection. You know what I mean? Like the point is, even if I don't sell them all, I want to make, you know, 200-300 products over the next couple of months. And so that way, even if I don't sell, if I do sell well, hey, awesome, right? I have tons of products I can keep selling. If not, at least I've gone through my fabric and maybe found something that didn't work. Like maybe people don't like this LGBT one, maybe they like a different one. Maybe they don't like this Pokemon, maybe they like a different one, right? But I don't want to be stuck with it forever, being like, oh, I'll sell one eventually, right? It's like, make them, throw them in a shelf for all. I went and grabbed like a cheap IKEA, you know, storage container, and it's like I'll just shove them in there if they're not selling, and that's fine. Like it's okay if they're not selling out. You know, at least I'll have it done in my mind, which is what mattered to me. Like, you know, I was like, that's what important to me. Okay, so oops, forgot one there. So we'll throw that one back over on the other side and get that done. Actually, you know what? I haven't done the markings on it. Because some of these are better than others. Like, I don't really love this Pokemon one too much. It's not my favorite personally. Like, I liked it because it had the originals, but then it has some of the not necessarily originals on it, and I was like, you know, like Togepi and stuff. They're okay, but not my favorites. And obviously not the modern ones either, so like, you know, the younger kids are not going to know it. They're gonna be like, do you have that new Pokemon that I can't even pronounce, you know? That's how you know you're old, when you don't know the Pokemon that exist anymore. You know what I mean? I saw the newest game came out, and I was like, I don't know none of these trainers. I don't know none of these Pokemon. I was like, I'm officially old. I'm an elderly man. All right, this is the other Pokemon, the one I have, which I love. It's the Beach Time Pokemon. It's so good. I love it. Okay, so what we're gonna do is get a few of these going and then make some more. Because I mean, you know, that's not enough, right? We need plenty more than that. And then sometimes, because this stuff is super stretchy, you see stuff like this happen. So I usually like kind of check it, make sure, and then cut it to fit. Because when I put it under the machine, I'll start right in that corner. And so if I don't cut it now, I could very well not sew it properly, right? Or, you know, the line might be off. It's like, you know, take the extra second to do it the right way. By the way, my personal favorite Pokemon of all time, Psyduck. Psyduck. He explodes. I love him. He's my favorite. He basically has mental problems and then explodes. If you like piss him off, he just like explodes, and I love it. If you ever watched the Ryan Reynolds movie, he's in that one too. So we're just gonna have those, getting them all ready. We got this many to go. And that is actually pretty much all the Wrap and Zap that I have. I am keeping like 1 yard of it, but this is literally an entire bolt that I bought. So I bought, see, here's if you're looking for like the Wrap and Zap. Wrap and Zap. Yeah, it's from Pellon, and this was a whole bolt. So that was like, it comes on like a cardboard thing. And so I am only down to that much, and that was like 20 yards or something like that. I forget exactly how much it was. I think it was 20 yards. So I mean, you know, I've been making these things. Like I have more that I haven't shown you guys, but you know, you have to be in Mesa. Be in Mesa if you really want to see all of them. Here's an old one you guys maybe not have seen. Isn't that cool? That's the exterminate, 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 exterminate. You know what I mean? Love that one. All right, let's do the other exterminate as well. So we have 2 of those. And then this one I love as well. This I bought to make a fabric mask out of. And if you ever do want a fabric mask, like, you know, the COVID type ones that we used to all use, if you're just like, hey, I kind of want a fabric mask still, feel free to contact me. I will literally send you one for free. It's all good. You know what I mean? I'm always a safety-oriented guy. And so if you want a little free face mask, you can hit me up and I'll give you one. Because, I mean, I have no use for them at this point. You know what I mean? Like, no one's buying them. So it's like, I'll happily just give them away at this point. If someone needs one for, like, you know, their work or their job, like, for instance, when I go to the United States Postal Service, they all are still wearing theirs. And so I actually did bring them one because I go there so often. I told her, I was like, hey, I see you have the same one every week. Do you need some more? And she was like, yeah, I mean, I could use them, but you can't really find them anymore. And I was like, okay. And then I was like, next time I'm here, I'll bring you a few. And I asked her if she wanted the pleated ones or not. And she was like, oh yeah, I like the pleated ones better. And I was like, okay. And then I brought her like 4 or 5 because, you know, why not? She's a nice lady. You know, and then now, like a week later, she was like talking to me. She's like, hey, make sure you have this rate and this rate, like, you know, ship it this way. And so she knew all the little tips and tricks. And of course, you be nice to people and they have a chance to be nice to you. Right? That's how it works, right? You put out that goodness in the world and it can come back to you. So that's why I do it, right? It's like, I don't necessarily do it for money, but, you know, if you have a fun tip or trick, hey, I'll listen to it, you know? I hope I'm a good ear to listen to, right? In that sense of like, I want to be a good active listener. Okay, so same thing we just did. Now we have another batch of these. So we're going to switch them back over and do the X on them. Then we're going to come back to the overhead, fold it as we've done previously, put the corners on it, and then that will be it for this week. So 1, 2... what do we have here? We have like a half dozen or so. So, you know, it'll be another 20 minutes. Okay. All right, let's get it going. I'm still messing with the lower thirds, by the way. So, You know, thanks for bearing with me through all the chaos. I love you guys and appreciate it. Thank you. Your patience is understood and appreciated. And your diligence in coming to my live streams is also very much noted and appreciated. Also, I did buy more thread because I was getting low on it. And luckily for me, Joann's had a buy 3, get 2 free sale. And so now I have 5 little rainbow threads for me to use. Because obviously I had to take advantage of that sale, you know? But yeah, now I have plenty of yarn, or plenty of string, thread, whatever you want to call it. But I have plenty of it now to be able to make all kinds of little custom commissions. I'm kind of thinking that's probably going to be enough thread for the rest of the year, honestly. We'll see how successful I am, but I think it'll probably be enough for the rest of the year. I mean, 5 of those at 3,000 yards per cone. I mean, you know, if I can go through that much yarn, I will be one happy man, I'll tell you that. And as you can tell, I'm trying to do, you know, some spooky ones, some LGBT ones, some pop culture ones, some just like rando ones, right? That are just kind of pretty. Like, I'm hoping someone just sees this and go, oh, I like her, right? Like, I just like her, and so they buy it for that, right? Or I like that it says, I'm coming, like, you know, it has the old Dick Tracy vibe to it. That's why I bought it. I was like, I do love me some old Dick Tracy. Like, any man in a trench coat is a man that I want to know, you know? I love an old man in a trench coat. You know, one of those things is, when I started painting my nails, I don't think I've ever been happier in my entire life when I painted my nails. It truly was something that, like, this whole job was stressing me out. Everything in my life was really stressing me out. And it's like, when I painted my nails, oh my God, I have been on an upswing ever since. And it's just one of those things, is like, I'm finally just gonna be like, you know what, I'm gonna do me. Like, these kind of things, it's like, you know, some people would be like, well, the rugs are popular right now, so only do the rugs. And it's like, you know what, no, I wanna do what makes me happy. And this makes me happy. I love making these little fabric bowls. I love that, you know, theoretically they should be selling really well if you know, I had the audience for it. I know they would sell. Because they are good quality and they are really helpful. I use them all the time. If you have some ice cream, if you have soup or anything like that in a hot bowl, let me tell you what, they are amazing. I will never not put a hot soup in a bowl, in one of these fabric bowls. And a lot of times I don't even microwave them in the bowl. I microwave it out of the bowl and then just put it in the bowl afterwards. That's mostly just because I forget. I just forget. I'm like, oh yeah, that thing. Oh, whoops. Whoops. Whoopsies. Hold on. There we go. My bad, I hit you guys, huh? Stop hitting us, Chris. Domestic cam abuse, huh? You don't have to call the cops on me. He was hitting his webcam. I saw it. I saw him. He was smacking it around. I smacked this camera around like it owes me money, huh? But nah, you know, you should always respect your equipment, realistically. But it is fun to joke. Okay, let's get the other side of the X. One thing you can't see on this side, but I do always make sure that my piece is coming back. Yeah, they are really nice. Especially these ones, like the first generation that I made were not actually like really microwave safe, because I was still an amateur myself and I was still learning the product and didn't really realize that, because I was using cotton batting, but I wasn't using like this brand. And this one, it's like, what the real difference is it might be hard to see on camera, but what the real difference is that this has been perforated. I don't know if you can kind of see those like really like fine, minute holes in it. And that's actually what separates this batting from like if you just bought 100% cotton batting. That's really what's separating it, is that this has been perforated, which is part of the way that it can release heat so easily. I looked into, like, I kind of like researched the product and figured out, because I mean, you know, obviously it did cost me a little bit more, and I'm like, well, why does this cost more? And it's like, well, that's why, because it's been like there's like a machine with like 1,000 little needles just going doop, 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 and it helps to put holes in it, but obviously, you know, not enough to weaken it, but enough to let, you know, steam get out of it and all that kind of stuff, and it gets out of it. So you create a product that, you know, can breathe. Kind of like if you buy Under Armour products or any kind of moisture wicking product. This is basically moisture wicked, is essentially what it is. And so it can survive the heat and the cold there. Also, a fun little side fact. If you remember from last year, I made a stained glass. I actually have the stained glass like on display here on my my little table here. So I can see it. You guys can't see it, but I can see it. And I think it's so cute. I was really worried that it was gonna break, so I never put it on camera. But it is there. It's kind of like sitting in the back corner there. Like technically behind your camera right now. But yeah, be on the lookout for that video coming next week. I'm gonna try to get that Twitch, how to do Twitch Prime one out sometime. Like, I'm gonna film it tomorrow because I finally have some. If I get this done today, it's like I have time tomorrow to film that. Because I also wanted to get my hair did before I did any more filming. So there'll be more Life Collected videos coming out here shortly too. If you've watched any of the previous Life Collected videos, you'll know that they're really good, but they were, were older. So now I can do it again, but hopefully with a better camera and better lighting and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully they really will catch on, and then I'll do shorts of them at the same time, right? And really, hopefully gain some traction. But I am considering splitting the channel in half, meaning doing one channel of, oh, actually, you know what? I missed two of them here. I missed two, so we're gonna do these two real fast. But yeah, so as I was saying is, I've been thinking about splitting the channel in half. But you know, the thing is that I'm not really getting a lot of views on this channel, and this one's the primary channel. Like the collectible stuff is fun, but that's a hobby. This is a profession, right? So that's kind of the two differences there. And so, you know, I'm thinking about it, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know. I'm very 50-50 on it. Some days I wake up and I'm like, I'm gonna split the channel today. And then some days I go, oh no, that's bad, you know? So I guess I'm just worried about this channel. If this one doesn't get the views because the other one is getting all of them, right? It's like, I'd be worried about it. A lot of that's just like in my head. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of it's just in my head, just like doubting myself, like, who knows, you know? So I know people want it. I know people want this content. Like, I know it. I just haven't found them yet. And they haven't found me yet, right? But I know they want it. I can feel it in my bones. I can feel it in my bones that it's good content. You know what I mean? But I just know it. I just know that it is. Sometimes you just know. Oh, like this one and Life Collected. So I make collectibles videos on YouTube of me unboxing like things that I buy online, mostly on Instagram. And I've been making shorts of those ones, and those ones have been getting a lot more views. Like, I got more views on a short than I had in like a month of these live streams. And so I've been thinking about splitting it. That way, hopefully that channel will get more popular. But realistically, it's like, I don't know. Like, I don't want to be the collectibles guy, right? I want to be this guy. So it's like, I don't know. It's just, again, one of those kind of self-doubt things of like, am I doing the right thing? You know, the build it and they will come type mentality. And sometimes you build it and they're not coming fast enough. And you're like, well, is it me? Like, is it my content? Is it my quality? Is it my audio? Like, so, you know, I kind of drive myself crazy some days trying to think, what is it that, you know, is not giving me 50 people or 100 people or 10,000 people watching me, right? Because, I mean, the big boys, they all have 10, 20,000 watching. So it's like, you know, it's always like, why are they getting that and I'm not, right? What am I doing that they're not doing? What are they doing that I'm not doing? So I've been watching a ton of videos lately about like how to increase the quality of your videos, which is why like today I have 3 cameras going and that kind of stuff. It's like, that was one of the things they were like, the more cameras, the better. Like, go for it. Like, people like multiple angles. Because that way one person can watch camera A, another person can watch camera B, and whatever is entertaining them, they can watch. So, you know, it's just one of those things you just kind of get self-conscious about because there's an infinite amount of content. YouTube has more than 30,000 hours of content being uploaded to it per day. It's something like over 1,000 hours of content per hour is like uploaded, right? So like I'm uploading, you know, my hour of content right now, and another 999 people are also doing that, right? So it's like, you know, it's just one of those things of like, sometimes you're like, yeah, but why are they getting more than me? Especially because like I'll watch someone and I'll be like, this is good, but like what I do is I feel the exact same, and I'm like, why are they having 500 views on this video and I have 5 on mine? Like, what are they doing that I'm not? And one of them is cutting down their videos into really small, you know, understandable chunks, which is why I'm doing that, right? I was like, that's why I wanted to do those pre-recorded, you know, get the video out stuff. Because other people are doing it and they're getting views, so it's like, screw it. Sometimes you gotta chase the monkey, you know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta chase what the others are doing to see if it works for you. Like the shorts for me, you know? I always was like, I don't know about these shorts, and now that I'm getting views on it, it's like, well, shoot, I'm gonna do it, right? Yeah, I mean, takes time is very much a relative thing. I mean, you know, in the early days of the internet, I should have been 10 times more popular. Nowadays, because there is so much competition, it is getting a lot harder to get views. And of course, the other part is that I am tagged as LGBT. And, you know, like, this content will never play in the Middle East. It will literally be like region locked because, oh, well, Muslims don't like LGBT content. And so literally it won't show in like Syria or something like that. My content will never show up, right? Or like, you know, for a Catholic, if someone's like, oh, I'm a Catholic, then it's like, they'll never see my content because the algorithm will say, well, Catholics don't like LGBT stuff. And so therefore we will never suggest Chris to them ever, no matter what. And so that's the other reason to split the channel, is because I could make the collectibles channel not gay, right? And just be like, no, I'm not doing, you know, I'm not LGBT on that channel, right? But obviously I am. And the stuff I buy is also LGBT. So it's like, kind of like, I'm just lying to myself, telling myself, oh, I could do it, but really I'm screwed, right? It's like, these people are telling me that, oh, you know, I'm gonna get age restricted. It's like, if I say the word queer too many times, literally the video will get like marks on it and be like, oh, you know, this is age restricted and stuff like that. I mean, YouTube can literally hear every word that I'm saying. Like, no joke. They hear every word. It's a wild, wild world we live in now, you know? So, you know, it's one of those things, there's 1,000 things go through my mind a day and kind of like, oh, shoot. You know, so, you know, it's just kind of, that's why some days I'm just like, not producing the content or not as happy as I should be. And it's like, you know, just kind of driving yourself crazy, chasing the dream, right? But hey, that is what it is. That's why I'm doing the market, because it's like, I have to kind of like take a step back from YouTube and Twitch and all that, and just like push forwards on the business and less concerned about the views. You know what I mean? Because if I'm going to get famous, hey, I'm going to get famous. If I'm not, I'm not. I still need to pay my bills at the end of the day, right? So it's like, you know, if I'm getting 1,000 views or not, I can't tell the bank, hey, I'll get famous eventually, right? Like, they're gonna be like, oh, that's too bad, you defaulted now, or, you know, we're gonna, you know, you're not gonna eat this week because you don't have the money for it, right? So it's like, I need to make sure that I'm still making money. And, you know, also, if I can love the job that I'm doing while making money, I mean, isn't that the dream? That's the real American dream, right? To have a job that you love while making good money at it. At least that's my dream. I don't know about your guys' dream, but my dream is be happy and make money doing it. Which, this stuff, that's why I'm making these fabric bowls and stuff. Like, this stuff is, honestly, makes me happy. And I know that I'm making a product that I care about and that I know will improve people's lives. Because, I mean, that's the goal, right? Trust in yourself, honor yourself and others, and create a world that's, what? Safer than air, safer for everyone, right? So it's like, you know, this saves your little fingers from getting burned, right? And so that's why I was like, this product is a life collected, a life improvements product because it is improving your life. You know, these bowls do make your life better because you don't have to get burnt. You don't have to go, hot bowl, right? You can just put it in there and go, thanks, Chris. Like, you know, oh yeah, I didn't get burned today. Like, you know, best couple bucks I spent. And that's the goal, right? So it's like, you know, for every self-conscious moment I have, I also have a moment of realization of like, hey, I'm doing what I want, what God wants for me, and, you know, what my family wants for me, and I know I'm doing the right thing. I don't have to fear or worry about it. I just have to, you know, try to fight that demon that says, hey, you're not good enough, you know, you should do something else. It's like, I'm gonna follow my path, and, you know, they will come. I just gotta get a little bit more bravery in me to really push and be like, yes, I am something that you should watch and care about. Because I deserve it, because I am worthy of it, and because I am doing something that is worthwhile. You know what I mean? Not to be controversial, but to be helpful and useful. And also, hopefully, inspiring. So, you know, just something I've just been thinking about a lot lately. Just kind of making sure that, you know, because I mean, now this is the year, right? Like, this is my first year of doing this full time. And so, you know, just a lot of reflection been happening lately of just like, is this my right path or not? And so I'm really happy about it. That's what I'm saying. I'm loving my nails. I'm loving my hair. I'm loving my attitude. I wake up. I went to the gym. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like I'm living a life that I only could have dreamed of as a kid. Because I honestly thought I'd always just be a miserable little child and a miserable little adult. You know, like one of those people that are just like awful to be around. Like, that's honestly, I was like, I'm gonna be a bitter old man as fast as I can. And it's like, now I'm like, all right, I'm gonna be the cheerful guy that's buying ice cream for the neighborhood. You know, it's like, I was gonna be the curmudgeon that, you know, don't come on my lawn, kids. And now it's like, I'm like, all right, now I'm the guy who's helping others and being helpful and being nice and respectful. Boom, another bobbin down. And I just put a bobbin in when we started this. So I mean, that tells you right there, like I'm burning through stuff, right? It's like we are cruising, we are moving. Isn't that cool? But I don't know if you ever seen a bobbin up close. So what it is, you have this little device here, okay? And so you have this little latch that's gonna hold on to a device. See, you can see like it has a little hole through it. You put that in and then that like clips in. And if you want it to come off, you literally pull that little clip to come off. And then inside of it, you have a little spring. See that little spring in there, that will help pop it out. You then put this little guy in there and you see it free spins in there. And so then you go to here and there's actually a little just a little thing right there. And there's a little slit in it, and that way it will always just come out from that one spot. Yeah, it will always come out from that one spot as it still, you know, free spins in there. Isn't that fun? So that's what that's doing. And unfortunately, there's no way to really put that back, so you just gotta cut it. It's all right, we'll keep it, save it, and use it for an art project. Because, you know, I try to be minimal waste. Yeah, maybe one of these days I'll show you the underneath side too. But I was just thinking about it, and I was like, I bet you guys probably haven't seen that before. Hold on 1 second. It's getting a little dusty down there. Hey, good. Come here. Oh, it's not pulling. There we go. There we go. There was like some dust or something in there that's kind of like was jamming it up a little bit. It happens though especially when you're doing stuff that has cotton batting in it. It's honestly like a lot of people say it's like very destructive for your machines because there was a lot of little bits to it. And then after you do a line like that, you always want to kind of like test it. You see, it did kind of gunch up right there, but we fixed it because there was like a little piece because you can see everything's color coded, so it was like that red was like stuck in there, and so we got it though. We got it out. All right, so those done. We got more. I know, right? They're just freaking endless, aren't they? And now it's back to sounding right. It just needed that little, clearing in there. I've seen some people online and they'll put like paper or something like that underneath of here when you're doing like batting. But, they're doing thousands of it, not just like, 10 like I am. But I do watch like some of the factory channels, like how are they producing, 1,000 of these a day, that kind of stuff. And so it's little things like that, keep their machines going and keep everything running. I know, but I mean, generic's such a loaded word, right? It's like, what is generic content to me? I don't know. It's just something that, it just weighs on my mind sometimes of like, because, there's a big thing in this world nowadays called branding, right? Branding is there are books on it, there are classes on it, there are degrees in just branding. That's how important branding is. You don't just get marketing degrees now, you can get branding degrees, just a degree in doing that one thing. Right, so that's how important that one thing has gotten, right? It's like it's become its own monster, right? Just like you can get a degree in big data instead of just small data. You can get one in big data. So it's like it's just one of those things. I just think about it, and it's like, it makes me self-conscious because it's like, is that me? Is that who I want to be? But at the same time, it's like, I think it's good to have some generic content because it's like something for the average guy to watch, Not everyone is a specialist that loves fabric and sewing, right? Yeah, exactly, yeah. That's what I'm saying, yeah. Sometimes it's good to have something that has appeal to everyone. So, that's why I kind of don't want to split the Life Collected from the House of Improvements. For that reason, right? It's like that content's more generic, and so hopefully the generic people will stop by this live stream and be like, hey, he's actually kind of a good guy, or at least he's fun to be around. Hopefully I am, right? That's kind of the goal, right? I want to be the friendly teacher, the chill teacher. The one you can be 5 minutes late to class and he's like, oh, it's okay, buddy, but also hopefully a little bit inspirational to others, right? Make people see that, you know, it is possible to run a house-based business. It's possible to, you know, live your dreams, even if you're still making those dreams as you go. Because, I mean, if you had told me 10 years ago, what was I be doing? I would not have said a YouTuber. I would have been like, I don't know. I really didn't know. I've always been a bit of a free spirit. So it's like, it is interesting to finally have like goals and be like, all right, today I'm going to do this. Tomorrow I have plans. And it's like, you know, if you had told 20-year-old Chris that you had a bunch of plans, he would have laughed at you and been like, I'm not doing any of those plans. Now, granted, 30-year-old Chris wishes 20-year-old Chris had done some more planning. It's like, oh man, if you had to hit a gym in your 20s, that would have been helpful, buddy. You know? Maybe I wouldn't be so out of breath after like half a mile. Maybe I wouldn't be completely out of breath. But it's all right, you know? I'm finally getting like a flatter chest. Oh my God. Every day I wake up and my chest is like a little bit better. I honestly, like, I lose my mind. I'm just like, oh my God, look at my body. Like, I think that's why I do the adult content, because I was just like so happy that I was looking a way that I finally always wanted to look like. Because I mean, I've always wanted a six-pack abs and all of that, but you know, I associated that with straight people and not with me, right? Because I couldn't do that. They were doing something that I could never do, and now I'm like, oh, actually, I could have been doing that the whole time. I was just being self-conscious for no reason. So, you know, I just trying to fight that and hopefully inspire you guys to, you know, think the same way. Of like, you don't have to have these lines in the sand that can never be done. I can never do that ever. And it's like, yeah, actually, you totally can. I was joking with I went to the I went to the grocery store today, right? And the lady in front of me was a crazy Trump lady and was telling her, you know, these taxes are so high because of all the Democrats. And she's going, yep, ma'am, you know, it is what it is. And after she leaves, I was like, yeah. I was like, they're always so confident about their decision making. I was like, I wish I had that. And she laughed. She's like, I know, right? She's like, they're always so confident in themselves. She's like, they're wrong, but they're very confident in themselves. And I was like, yep. I was like, you know, I guess that's just what it is, right? You can be very wrong and very confident. I was like, I used to hate myself, and I was very confident that I was a bad person and I was all this. And she was like, oh, you're in here all the time. You're a good person. And I was like, oh, thank you, ma'am. You know, she's like, no one that calls me ma'am and stuff like that. She's like, no, they're not bad people, sweetie. I was just like, oh, thanks. she's like, so that person never said thank you to me. She's like, that person never said nothing. You know what I mean? She's like, she came in complaining, left complaining. She's like, that was her whole life is, you know, a mood of complaining. And it's like, she's like, you come here with a smile. And I was like, oh, thank you. Because I mean, obviously I lived here for 10 years. So it's like, you know what I mean? She knows me by now. I know her too. Like, I've talked to her probably, you know, 100 times, you know, because I mean, every week for 10 years, right? And it's like, if you have the same job, I'm going to see you next week, right? Like, I could tell you the name of the people that are in the deli, or the people that I was like, hey, where's she's at? She's like, oh, she's not here today. I was like, oh, okay. You know, it's like I know the people. I grew up with my mom going to a lot of Costco's and stuff like that, and she would always do that. She knew all the people that stocked all the shelves, all the people that, you know, would at the checkouts and that kind of stuff. She always kind of like talked to them, and so I do the same thing. And my grandmother, she would know the whole life story of those people. You know what I mean? She'd sit there, she'd be talking. I was one time in the grocery store with her. She started talking to people in the aisles about like the kind of milk that she likes, and I'm like, Grandma, they do not care if you like 1% or 2%. Like, what are you doing? And she's like, you know, I'm just trying to be friendly. I'm like, you know, so I grew up in the South, right? So I know better. It's like, you can always be a little more friendly and always have fun with it, right? She would always be doing that in a market, talking to everybody. I'm like, Grandma, these people don't care about your life story. She's like, oh, yes, they do, sweetie. It's okay. Let them learn. And you're like, all right. So I've taken a little bit of that into my life, you know. It's okay to take up space and to talk to other people in public. You don't have to sit in a corner and only buy things or only talk to people when you need them, right? You can have fun too. All right, it's a wonderful compliment. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it was always a lot of fun. I remember my Costco trips as a kid very fondly. I always liked it. And the amount of cigarettes that people went through was crazy. We would be buying so many, I'd be like, I didn't know there was that many cigarettes in the world. I'd be like, that's crazy. All right, let's put this one together with, let's put 2 Grogus together just in case one person just wants that. We'll put 2 of those together. We'll put one with a Pokemon. You know, the battle of the brands there. We'll have one Pokemon with one thing. And I'll make these off screen, but it'll be all right. I'll put a post on Instagram or something, be like, hey, were you there at the live stream, you know? Because I, again, forgot to do marketing for this live stream. I keep forgetting about it. It's like, there's just so many things. There's just so many things to do. But it's all right. We'll get there. One step at a time. All right. So let's switch back over. We have these 2 to do, like, you know, these 2, and then obviously doing that to all of them. And then that will be it. That will be the whole live stream. And then let me see, that took an hour and a half to do that, right? And as you can see in the bottom corner, this corner, yeah, that corner, this corner, there we go. Have a fabulous day. See that one? It says, have a fabulous day. For my husbando, Gojo, which I'm about to go meet. I'm about to go meet him. He, the American voice actor, he lives in Phoenix, and he's about to do a signature, like a live signing, and I'm gonna go meet him, and I'm gonna go get his signature, and I'm so happy about it, because I get to go meet him, and I love Gojo. Oh, I love Gojo. A rail thin man that does magic. Yes, please. I almost love him more than men in trench coats. But a man in trench coat that also does magic now, I mean, because Constantine's my favorite. He's my favorite superhero, my favorite of all the people is Constantine. He's hot and bisexual, you know what I mean? Like, hello. But yeah. So I'm gonna meet Gojo, and I'm real happy about it. Because there is, like, if you love anime, Phoenix is becoming like a heaven for anime people. Because there's some production companies and stuff out here that can make, you know, if you do voice acting, you can actually like live out in Phoenix and have a job, you know, and there are, oh man, easily a dozen, if not, honestly, probably 24 like events and Comic-Cons just for anime in Phoenix every year. I mean, probably at least 24. I mean, there's so many of them, which is not a bad thing. I mean, you know, love anime. Oh, actually, you know what just opened up? I haven't gone to it yet, but a Japanese import grocery store just opened up. There's this guy, AZ Food Guy, and he is an Asian person himself. And so every like new Korean barbecue that opens, or like an H Mart, which is a Korean grocery store, or this one, which was, I forgot the name of it. I forgot the name of it off the top of my head, but it's like a discount one. So it's kind of like a Walmart, or like not Walmart, but like a Michaels. Or not Michaels, Marshalls. I was talking about the Marshalls and Ross. That's what I was thinking of. It's kind of like that, but for Japanese products. So I'll be able to buy some Japanese stuff for cheap. You know, so I was like, heck yeah, Japanese snacks or Japanese toys and all that kind of stuff, but for a lot cheaper. Because I don't have to pay the import tax on them, you know? But yeah, so I was excited about that. I'm gonna go this weekend, because it's this Saturday is the event for meeting the voice actor, and then I'll probably like right afterwards do a double Asian, right, and go get some Asian food at that market. And that's AZ Food Guy. If you're in Phoenix, Arizona, or any part of Arizona, you know, check him out. He does the best, because a lot of foodie content on Instagram. I mean, there's hundreds, if not thousands, of people that, you know, do food content. Tell you where all the hot local spots in your area are. And he even does like a club now, like a VIP club, where he like contacts restaurants and he'd be like, all right, I can get you $5 off like this place. I didn't do it just because I couldn't afford it, and I didn't want to spend the money on it at the time, but realistically, I can still enjoy his content, right? Even if you're, you know, at the free tier, that's okay. You could still enjoy the content. But yeah, thank you guys for being here today. You know, as you can see, I'm working hard. And so, you know, all I have normally is podcast or just music. And I go through a lot of podcasts. I mean, I love finding something that has like 400 episodes, and I'll honestly be done with it within like a month. I mean, that's literally how many podcasts. I mean, you're talking maybe 4 to 6 hours a day, every day if I'm working. It's like, then I'm listening to podcasts. Because it's just human noise, you know? Even if I'm not really listening, it's just like, I like the background. I just like the repetitiveness of it, or just like, you know, the fun giggliness of some human being just having a great day. And hopefully I bring that a little bit to you guys too. And you hear me and you're like, oh, he seems good and happy, which I am. And I still love my hair. My hair is so good. It's so good. Oh, look at that hair. Look at that hair. I'm so excited about it. So, you know, I'm having a good day. I've been putting it off doing the markets because I was just, you know, obviously being gay, I'm always very much worried about it. And so I actually went to the last 2 festivals, or the last 2 markets that they had. And there were actually like a lot of other LGBT people there. And so I kind of talked to them about it, and they were like, yeah, the owners are pro-gay. Like, everyone here is very pro. Like, if anyone harasses you, we have police like everywhere. Because Mesa, like Main Street Mesa, it's like, you know, the main street of any place, right? Oh, I guarantee you do. I promise you do. I'll try to find one for you, because you're in, if I remember correctly, Virginia, and so I'll make sure to look up someone. But really, I guarantee you, if you type in like VA Foodie Girl or VA Food on Instagram, I can almost promise there's going to be someone there. You know, it's like, I'm telling you, every city, every state, they pretty much have one. Because what it is these people make money on it. Like, he gets paid by that company. Like, when they open up a store and stuff, he gets paid by them to do that. You know what I mean? Like, he's a professional food blogger. Is like what his career would be called, professional food blogging. And so, you know, he makes money on it. That's how he makes a living. That's a heck of a living. As much as I love this job, if I could eat delicious food all day long, I don't know, I might quit this job to go do that. But really though, yeah, he does that as a living and makes money. Hopefully he makes good money on it. He's never said any other jobs that he has, so I'm thinking he makes good money on it. But yeah, so, but I promise you, I'm sure but we'll look into it. And if anyone in the comments, you know, knows of anyone, you can type it in. But yeah, I'll help look it up. But yeah, like something like VA Foodie Girl or VA Food, you type that into like the search bar in Instagram, and there'll definitely be someone. Anyways, as we wrap up today, guys, because this is kind of, I just got to clip these little corners and then we're all done for today, and then match up which one I kind of want to match. These will be available for sale online after the show. Just that way, whatever is left over, I'll put up on the market on my website, which is hofirugs.com. You can go to linktree/Chris Collected. And you can go and check out all my links. I have Instagram, I have Facebook, I have Twitch, I have YouTube, you know, anything and everything, right? I got it all. And if I'm not on that platform, like I'm not on TikTok yet, so it's like I'm gonna try, my goal is in the next month or 2 to get on TikTok as well. Even if I'm just posting like the shorts that I do on YouTube, that's what I was thinking, is I'll wait until I have like 20 or 30 shorts and then go on TikTok and just like post all of them there. Hey, if it drives people to the website, it's worth my time, right? But yeah, as we're wrapping up, I just want to say thank you guys so much. I needed to vent. As you could tell, I was quite talkative today. I needed to talk. You know, I think I've been really stressed out about the market and just, you know, the future of the company. And so I just needed to kind of vent a little bit today. So hopefully that wasn't too much for y'all. But I do appreciate you listening. You know, I love all my little fans and all my little interactions with all y'all is always awesome. And if you do like what you see, I am also open for commissions. If you're like, I want this with this and I'm not doing that, then hey, no problem. You tell me, and I don't do it upcharge for commission, so it'll be the same price as if you were buying it, you know, that I already pre-made it. Because realistically, I'm going to make more batches of these anyways, right? So it's like, it wouldn't really take me anything extra time or nothing to make one. But yeah, everyone, thank you guys so much for coming out. I have absolutely loved today. It was really nice and it was a lot of fun. Hopefully, how'd you like these camera angles? I think the 3 setup is kind of fun, and this overhead is cool. I'll have to go back and look at my footage to make sure that, like, you know, I'm far enough out, because maybe like there probably would have been better or something. I don't know. You know, I'm gonna look at my footage later and kind of test it a little bit. Because I do try to test my footage, and then, you know, on the day of, things just moved around. And so, you know, the chaos of a live stream. But yeah, let's go ahead and put these together. Let's see. Let's do this one and this one. I like the Pokemon with the Grogu. That would be cute, because they're both the same color scheme. So that will be a cute one. And I really only just do 2 pins on this one. It just kind of keeps them together. Honestly, it's more for like my visual perspective of being like, hey, this one's done and ready to go. All right. Let's see. We'll do this one and this one together. Again, I like them because they're both black and white, right? So it's kind of just matching colors up. And also, let's make sure we're matching the vertical. Okay, perfect. Because again, you know, quality matters. So it's like, I'm going to make sure that, you know, that is lined up with that, right? All right, that one's done. Let's see. Let's do a skulls, and let's do a dialect. Exterminate, exterminate, exterminate. All right, and then we'll do it with skulls. That'll be fun. Awesome, 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 awesome. This one is in every direction, so I'm kind of just gonna look at it and see what looks the best, and then just kind of match it up. But I think, you know, for someone that's kind of edgy, this will be a fun one for them, because it's like they can have the skulls, and also the Daleks are the bad guys in Doctor Who, so that makes sense, right? All right, let's see, what should go? We got a few left here. All right, we'll do this one and this one. That'll be cute, you know, have a little pride one, and then let's put it this way. Yeah, that'll be good. And then I'll surge them up tomorrow morning, and then post a photo of it when I have them all sewn up. Because once they're surged, I turn them inside out, they look like this. And then I'm going to top stitch it. So you fold that in and top stitch the whole thing, and then it will look like this when it's done. And so you can see now it's a solid thing that's 100% reversible too, which is, I think, really cool, right? And I mean, it's that easy too. Flip, 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 flip. I mean, you know, it's just a bowl that's solid on both sides, right? So, I mean, it's 100% reversible, which is nice. Say you spill something on it, because it is, you know, for use in a kitchen and that kind of stuff. You spill something on it, it's like, okay, no problem, right? Let's see. I don't have to necessarily do all of these with this ones, but I think we'll make another of the dialect ones, because those ones are cool. I think that's a cool brand there. And then why not, we'll just do these other 2 together. Someone maybe be Fabulous Girl or something like that will like, because I liked this one. I bought this fabric just because I loved the girl in it. And she's such a darling. There you go. That way it won't be backwards for you guys. But I just loved her face. Something about her face it just drew me in, and I said, you know what, I have to buy that fabric. It just was too good not to. And this is cute, and it had Psyduck on it. Psyduck. Psyduck. Yeah. And I have like 10 of these. I have to stop making them for myself. I have so many of them because it's like, I love me some Psyduck. I love Psyduck so much. He's so cute. All right, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Like I said, I'm trying to make a dozen, right? So I got 12 of these bad boys. And of course, plenty more fabric and plenty more like underneath my table, even more fabric, because I'm trying to go through as much as possible. Let's go solo. This one solo. There I am. Thank you. But yeah, guys, that's all for today. That's all, folks. I'm old enough to actually remember those cartoons. Are you? I am. Aw, thanks. Thanks, AFL. I appreciate it. But yeah, thank you guys so much. My name's Chris Collected. I'm a queer subversive artist specializing in digital and physical media. You just watched one of my live streams where I made little fabric bowls. Thank you guys so much for watching. Go to linktree/Chris Collected. I have all kinds of cool stuff, including tips if you would like to help me out in my journey and help me make and buy some more fabric. Awesome. Thank you so much for that if you do. If not, thanks for joining. You know, like, comment, subscribe. A subscription is a massive thing. I am up to 68. Almost got that 69, you know, then it'll be nice, you know, so we're trying to get there. The goal is to get to 100 by the end of the month, but we'll see. You know, if I can get 100 by the end of April, I'll be honestly thrilled. The plan is to try to get 1,000 by the end of the year is like the goal, you know what I mean? Like that's the, you know, but I'm trying to hit, you know, the landmarks like by May, right? It's like I should be 300-400, right? So it's like I'm trying to get the ball rolling. And so that's why the shorts are coming out. That's why, you know, I'm putting out content. That's why the videos, like I'm trying to put some structured videos out and really get that content going. Get something that you like, both generic and unique and beautiful and different and also cool. So thank you guys so much. I love my job, I love myself, and I love you guys. Thanks for watching. Bye. Remember, trust in yourself, honor yourself and others, and what? Create a world safe for everyone. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you tomorrow if you want to play some video games with me. I am Chris_Collected on Steam. Please add me. I am playing Gotham Knights. If you would like to play co-op with me, I am 100% down to play co-op with you. Even if you don't have a channel or not, I'll stream. You don't have to stream. It's all good. You can if you want, though. I mean, yeah, not gonna bother me none. But yeah, seriously, if you want to play Gotham Knights with me, I'm 100% like. You can even DM me if you're like you're not figuring it out. Hey, hit me up and we'll talk about it. You know, I'm happy to play. But I'll be playing that tomorrow, and then next Tuesday will be a pre-recorded. Like I'm taking like this video or another video, and then I'll do that. But yeah, thank you guys so much. See ya. Because it was inventory week. It's inventory week. Yay!